What's up guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is David and I am going to be showing you guys exactly how to build an onboarding or obviously having a system in place to be able to make sure that you know what to do when a client says yes. So a lot of people don't really know what to do. Obviously the things that I'm going to be showing you guys is how to obviously start from step one when someone actually goes through the whole thing, making sure that they say yes. And then obviously from there, you want to make sure that you actually have a good client journey. That way they are having a good client experience as well, right? You want to make sure that when they do say yes, it's not like all hectic, because business owners and just people in general can like see right through that you're probably their first client, which obviously majority of you guys, if you guys are watching this, probably don't even know what to do when someone says yes, right? So with enough talking, going to go straight into the video. I want to show you guys exactly how to do this step by step. That way you guys are insured on what to do when a client says yes, once the payment goes through, instead of you guys being all confused on what to do. So with enough talking, let's get straight into the video. All right guys, so we are in the, obviously the Go High Level CRM. If you guys aren't using Go High Level, highly suggest you guys do it, as it is pretty much a centralized CRM database that you can store everything in here, client sub accounts, manage your clients in here, obviously integrate systems as well. So obviously if you guys don't have Go High Level, feel free to download that or install it or just use it in general. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is what to do when someone says yes on the Zoom, Google Meet, whatever meeting link that you use, right? So we're gonna start off in the phase one. All right, so pretty much when someone does pay, obviously you guys can use fan bases, Stripe. I personally would use fan bases or WAP. WAP and fan bases don't have like a specific scenario where if you get more than $5,000 at once, it's just gonna give you chargebacks. Stripe does that. Kind of would shy away from Stripe if you're selling high ticket. So definitely would stick to more fan bases and WAP in general. So once that goes through, once the payment goes through, you want to make sure that you send them a client intake form, essentially like an enrollment video, right? So what you want to do is you want to come into Go High Level if you did set it up, and then you're going to come into funnels, or you can honestly set funnels as well outside of Go High Level. So you're going to come here and you see how it says client onboarding funnel steps right there. What you want to do is essentially just go through the whole thing. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how this all works out and what the client sees on their page. So we're going to just go here, right? And then this is essentially the enrollment form, right? So they're going to put in their all necessary information that you need to be able to get started right away. Their logo, right? What CRM are they even using? What time zone, phone number, state, business name, number, when the form start, or when they submit the form, you're going to hit submit. So once they hit submit, they're going to get prompted onto an onboarding call, which we'll get to that in a second here. But they'll also get an automation in Slack, and it's pretty much creating their own Slack account, right? And then from there, you can essentially just like move it up and then just make it more creative, but it's already making you a Slack account, or it's making them a Slack account and sending them an invitation to Slack as the communication source. I would shy away from Discord just because it's a little bit more like childish and like gaming type of like communication thing. So I would personally use Slack. So once the form is filled out, they're gonna hit step 2. They're going to get prompted into expectation videos, what they are going to pretty much expect. They can always go back if they need to, if they haven't submitted the form. Expectation videos, you want to make sure that you have videos of a CRM overview, and then they're going to obviously apply for the A2P compliance form. You want to make sure, if you don't know what A2P is, highly suggest you do some research. But A2P is essentially just for them to send out messages and emails, right, if they want to be compliant. So they're going to hit step 4 once they fill that form out. Client portal walkthrough. So this is essentially like just using Notion as the client portal. You don't have to use Notion. I don't want to obviously, I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. So if I come into Notion, you guys can essentially see, right, this is how all like what it looks like, right? So this is just like their logo, and then this is just pretty much like all the deliverables, right? And then you can see like here, please book in your launch call. Client action required. So essentially this is how all that template looks. If you guys want the template, I can send it to you guys directly. Just comment down below and I can send you guys this template directly if you guys want to create a Notion portal for your clients. But we're gonna come back into Go High Level, and essentially this is pretty much showing them how to walk through that. They can hit step 5, connecting Facebook accounts, right? Obviously you guys don't have to do this. This is just for another offer that we have. They're gonna hit step 6. And then Slack overview, just showing them or guiding them through how to use Slack properly for communications. And then final step is booking their onboarding kickoff call if they have not already, right? So typically, the reason why we do all these steps is because we want to make sure that we ensure smooth client delivery. But that's essentially what you're going to do on the call when they do send a payment link. Another thing here is once they do send a payment link, you want to make sure that you go into the contracts, right? So you want to pretty much go into payments, and then I'm going to just go into like obviously this is just like a demo here, right? So what we'll do is we'll come into contracts, documents and contracts. And you see how it's like, obviously, new document here, well, obviously completed, right? So this is essentially like document that they're gonna see. So you just wanna make sure that you go over the document with them. And this right here, you can automatically like automate this. So whenever someone pays, they're gonna get an enrollment form or like an enrollment like text or message like that. But essentially what you wanna do is just pretty much just going through the whole service agreement with them, right? Just telling them what exactly it is that they're going to be expecting, what exactly is that you're going to do, what exactly is that you guys don't do, what exactly are they reliable for, what exactly are you guys not reliable for. So it's essentially just going through this whole thing. So typically how to like automate this is obviously you can come into, go high level. If you guys are using NAN, you guys can do the same. Twilio, you just would need a Twilio account though. But if we come into the automations, and we come into bear with me here. So client onboarding automation, you can essentially see that it's going to send when the enrollment form is submitted, it's going to trigger a message, an SMS saying like, hey, first name, congrats on successfully enrolling, and then you're welcome to Ascendius, blah, 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 and then book your onboarding call here. So they're going to get that message. They're going to also get an email regarding all the steps that they need as well, right? So for example, hi, congratulations on successful enrolling as discussed. In next steps, once contract agreement is signed, right? Please check invitation, blah, 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 Slack, book your onboarding call here. So they're essentially getting a whole step through. So it's making sure that it's ensuring a smooth client delivery here. So after that is done, that is pretty much it. What you got to do is send, obviously just to give you guys some clarity, once the payment goes through using fan basis or WAP, once that payment goes through, go over the contract agreement with them, exactly what it is that they're looking to expect. After that is done, you can go on PandaDoc, DocuSign. I'll show you guys exactly what PandaDoc is or DocuSign is. So I personally use PandaDoc. So if you guys want to come here, PandaDoc, you guys can just go here. Typically, you are able to send 60 agreements out for free. But after that is done, you probably need to pay, but you can definitely automate agreements and contracts as well, but you got to pay for that as well. So I would hold off on that if you're just starting out, if you have like 1 or 2 clients. So obviously as long as you start getting traction, then yeah, but I would just personally use PandaDoc since it's a little bit more efficient and easier to do. But like I said, once you go through the contract, you send them the link to the enrollment form and the whole landing pages. That's when you are essentially going to want to onboard them on a kickoff call, right? You can use Calendly. I personally use Calendly here, right? For example, right here, you guys can see that I already have the onboarding link here, right? The strategy session. So you guys can do that. So I would send them obviously go through the contract agreement, send them over the intake form link, set up an onboarding call effective immediately. After that is done, I will essentially, make the PandaDoc agreement and contract customized and send that over to them. I will go into Slack to essentially pretty much go through the whole thing, and obviously make it personalized to exactly what their business is, tailored to exactly what they're looking for. I will also create them a Notions client portal using that template and just making a few adjustments to make it more customized. And once that is done, that's pretty much it. Obviously you hop on that onboarding call. And then you essentially go through the whole thing, and then that's pretty much it. So if you guys want another video on what I do for my onboarding calls, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to give you guys a YouTube video on how to exactly navigate through an onboarding call. This was essentially what to do when a client says yes, up until onboarding call. If you guys want to know what exactly is that I do after they say yes, and once they do hop on an onboarding call with me and my team and developers, then I'll show you guys exactly what it is that we do, and I'll just feel free to let me know if you guys want that video out as well. But up until then, that is going to be pretty much it. I will see you guys in the next video. And if you guys need anything else, if you guys have any questions or concerns or any clarity that you guys need from me, feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. My links are down and below. My social media, Instagram, my Facebook, they're all in the description down below as well. So if you guys need anything, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.